Hey, Michael. Jamal hit 22 of his 34 in the fourth quarter in overtime. You went up to him after the game as you guys were heading out. What did you say to him?
I just told him that we didn't play well the whole night, and kept on imploring our guys in the huddles like, hey, we're down 10, we're down 12, a lot of time left, stay with it, stay with it. And we're actually down 14 with 7:30 to go. And my message to Jamal after the game was, good teams find a way to win, even when you're not playing your best basketball. You stay with it, right? You stay with it. And that's what I'm most proud of. Obviously, it was not our best performance, but to be down by as many as we were and to find a way to force overtime on a great drive and dish by Nikola to Jamal and to step up in overtime and play the way we did. Like I said, good teams find a way, and we were able to do that tonight. And Jamal, to your point, Mike, was a big part of that. 34 points, 6 of 7 from the three, and we needed every one of those.
Next, we'll go to Harrison Wind.
Hey, Michael, on that Jamal 3 to force OT, I don't know how Nikola found him, but he managed to. How would you describe, those guys' chemistry, where it is right now? And I guess finding him on that play, does that just come down to chemistry and knowing where your teammates are going to be?
Yeah, we had no timeouts, so we had drawn up a play before, after a free throw. We knew we'd be in the steal foul situation, and it was just trying to get those two, occupy the weak side, get those two in two-man game. And for 5 years now, especially the last probably 3, we've seen that on-court relationship just blossom. I don't know how many other two-man combos are as lethal in clutch situations as Jamal and Nikola are. And they blew up the initial action. We stayed with it. We had plenty of time. And Nikola never panicked. Jamal relocated. And that's why Nikola he's not a center. He's a basketball player. He's like a point guard out there. Drove, knew, just turned and fired it right away, on time, on target. And Jamal made a huge shot. And I loved how he started overtime. And obviously they made a run, they made it interesting, and we were able to pull it out.
Next, we'll go to Leandro Fernandez.
Coach, another big night from Facu, and there is a clear improvement in his role and performance during the last month, especially if we compare that with the beginning of the season. What can you see of his evolution throughout the season? And how would you value his defensive role on the team, especially since Gary Harris is out?
Yeah, Facu's definitely improving, getting better. And I think, you're a new player. And for Facu, you're a new player in a new country, new league, new team. It takes you a while to get kind of comfortable. But Facu has the respect of everyone in that locker room. His teammates love him because he leaves his heart on the floor every single night. So it's great to see him playing at such a high level and his ability to impact the game without scoring. His ability to play make and make plays for all of his teammates, he makes them better. And his defensive tenacity, he's just unrelenting in his approach. And with Gary Harris out, with Monte Morris out, Facu's playing a lot of minutes. Tonight he closed the game. He played 34 minutes for us tonight. And he was definitely a big part of this win as well on both ends of the floor.
Next, we'll go to Joel Rush.
Hey, Coach. Just continuing on Facu, excuse me. Do you think seeing his clutch defensive performance in tonight's fourth quarter and overtime, are you just prepared to play him in the similar situations in the playoffs, do you think?
Well, we're not worried about the playoffs right now. I'm worried about New Orleans on Sunday. But I will say is this, that I trust Facu out there. I trust him to run his team, to make plays for everybody. I trust him to go out there and guard the other team's perimeter players. Zach LaVine is an all-star, rightfully so. And I thought he had some pretty good possessions on him, as well as all their other guards. So every chance Facu gets to go out there and compete and help us win, that's only, building more trust and a comfort level with the entire team. So, but yeah, we'll worry about the playoffs when they come around.
Next, we'll go to Esteban Abed.
Hello, coach. Congrats for this big win. First one, I need to tell you, your Spanish is much better than my English, game after game.
Muchas gracias, amigo.
Oh, de nada. Continue with the game of Facu. It's okay if I say the heart of Facu on defense in a night to Denver don't defend very well. Help to win this game?
Yes, no, you can definitely say that, Esteban. And you're right. You know, we didn't defend the whole night. You know, they scored 127 points. They shot 50 from the field and 50 from three. They made 17 threes. But, you know, I thought Facu had some great possessions where he was disruptive, where he forced turnovers. You know, we scored 30 points off their 17 turnovers. So we were able to get a lot of offense from our defense tonight when we did turn them over. And that's what Facu does. He's a guy, he's a player that just gets under your skin. He's always there. And, you know, he's one of those guys that really nobody likes playing against because he's just there all the time. And that's why everybody loves him on our team, because they don't have to play against him. So, yeah, I thought Facu was instrumental in the win tonight, especially on the defensive end. And the one stat that I thought was really important for us tonight, 29 assists, only 12 turnovers. And you look at the number, the difference in points off turnovers, we scored 30 off their mistakes. They only scored 13 off of ours. And I thought that was a really important part of us getting the win.
All right, Coach, you got time for one more. We'll go to Alexander Zigic.
Coach, congratulations for the great victory. What was the talk at the halftime? Were you kind of a little bit worried at that time, and things worked out well in the end, which is always what matters? And what do you say about Nikola Jokic now being the number one candidate for MVP this year?
Yeah, all we talked about, Alexander, is at halftime. First quarter was a horror show. You know, not ready to play offensively, defensively. Didn't really do anything right. Was proud. I thought in that second quarter, we won the quarter. We played much better defense. We only gave up 2 threes as opposed to 6 threes in the first quarter. And my challenge was, you know, we have to play even better than we did in the second quarter, in the second half. And obviously that wasn't the case the entire time. And for us to close the fourth quarter on a 27-13 run to force overtime, that was fun to watch. That was kind of Denver Nugget basketball, getting stops, getting out and running, moving the basketball, playing for each other. And when we do that, we're a really good team. Regarding Nikola, you know, there's so much talk about MVP and who's leading the pack, who's this and that. I don't care. In my opinion, Nikola is the MVP of the season. Obviously, I'm biased because I love him, and he's done so much for this franchise in 6 years. But if you look at his numbers, all right, and somebody asked pregame, well, what about his defense? That's why they have a Defensive Player of the Year. This is the most valuable player, and Nikola is a tremendous talent. And how many other guys in this league impact the game on so many levels every single night? And his productivity in clutch situations is there's not anybody better than him right now, in my opinion. So I'll leave you with that. Bye.
Thanks, Coach.